Welcome to the thrilling world of the flying runner, brought to you by the Marathon Mates.
Hey there, it's Tony here from The Flying Runner, and welcome to Out and Back. Out and Back, the turnaround point for your weekly running journey. Now, I'm 2 weeks away from the Gold Coast Marathon, and my training has been different this time from previous marathon training. I'm working to have a really good crack at the marathon on the Gold Coast. Now, I usually train using the Jeff method, and this time I'm physically running almost 100% of the time. And of course, this has created greater impact, and I tire a lot easily, more easy, I guess. But I've been very intentional around, as I tire, about holding form and holding running form. And the areas that I just focus on to help me create some efficiency in my running form so that I can improve, my form, my time, my efficiency, what I'm going to talk about today. So the first thing is I'm going to talk about a relaxed posture. Now, I struggle with tension around the shoulders. So one of the key things that I've been doing is making sure that I'm keeping my head up. I'm always reminded that a lot of runners will look at the ground, and I'm always reminded by a saying that comes out of the 40 run community that there's nothing down there that's going to help you. So I always try and keep my head looking around. I usually tense in the shoulders. So I've worked really, really hard to stay relaxed. And as I'm feeling myself tension or hunching up towards the shoulder, towards my ears, I guess, is when I really think, okay, relax. And this has helped me keep my neck and my upper body relaxed and has helped reduce that tension. Now, one of the other areas that I've been focused on is I've been working to maintain a forward momentum, a forward lean, I guess. And I understand that this should be happening from your ankles down. So you should be getting a lean coming from your ankles. And of course, this is easier said than done because a lot of people will lean forward from the waist, as do I do. But I've been really intentional about leaning forward from the ankles. Now, of course, this engages your core muscles, and you need to have some core muscles for this to be really effective for you. But it does help maintain balance and stability during the run. Now, one area that I'm always conscious of is my arm swing. And of course, I'm looking at having the elbows at about a 90-degree angle, hopefully with my shoulders relaxed, and I'm swinging my arms forward and backward, not across the body. You see a lot of runners do that. And of course, everyone's got slightly different styles, but I've been really intentional of bringing my arms forward and back. And that I found is probably one of the best ways that I've been able to maintain my form. So when I get tired, I really focus on my arms. I try and get into chest level, rhythmic motion, and it really does actually help, especially when my shoulders are relaxed, which is, as I said, a bit of a problem that I've faced in the past. And the last area of running form that I look towards is just around foot strike and cadence. So, I always aim to land around midfoot rather than on my heels or on my toes. Although I must say, when my calf tightens, I revert back to heel strike to try and lessen the impact on my calves. And this may be just for a little smidge of the run, just to make sure that I'm not going to put my calves under additional strain. But I aim for a natural running stride wherever possible. And because I know that a natural running stride is going to be the way to reduce the impact and help efficiency. Now, the other thing is my cadence. My cadence at the upper end sits around that 170 steps per minute. And I do aim to try and hold that. I do aim to try and keep my cadence high. It does reduce the risk of overstriding. And as we know, overstriding can lead to injuries. But in my case, overstriding usually just leads to awkwardness. So I do try and keep my cadence around that 170 to 180. Although as I tire, that does get a little bit harder to do. Now, I track my cadence on my watch, and of course, if you don't have a watch that measures cadence, an old school method is simply to count your steps for 15 seconds and multiply that by 4, and that will provide you your cadence. And then, of course, just make the adjustments as you need them. So I know that those 3 little areas that I've concentrated on, let's start maintaining that relaxed posture, trying to be as relaxed as I possibly can, especially up around the shoulders. Optimizing my arm swing has been of huge benefit for me. But of course, really focusing on foot strike and cadence has also been amazing benefit. So today was my longest run, my last longer run towards the Gold Coast. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what I can do at the Gold Coast Marathon. And these tips have certainly helped me as my training has had much greater impact. I hope these tips have helped you. And maybe if you think about them and be intentional in your design, maybe there's some slight improvement that you may see in your running form and your efficiency. And of course, anything that can reduce the risk of injury is always a good thing. Thanks for tuning in. If you liked our podcast, please subscribe wherever you tuned in, leave a review, as it really does help others find us. Watch out for our next full episode, which always drops on a Friday here in Australia. I've got no doubt that it'll be once again a cracker. Until then, I hope to see you out there, and happy running.